Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2 Early Access Edition, and last time, we, spoiler alert, may have bit off a little bit more than we could chew with, I think, our highest heat run ever, plus a weapon aspect that we didn't like, and probably one or two other things as well, so we kinda knew that we were getting ourselves into some trouble, and understandably, trouble ensued. Got a little bit frustrating, but ultimately, we kind of got what we expected. This time round, the bonus weapon would be the black coat, which, if we look here, technically is telling us we are supposed to go back up to the surface. I thought we had some reason why we were making a point of going to the underworld, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really remember what that was, other than that we kind of suspect that we're getting close to some important number of wins, some threshold for underworld runs, so I'm thinking we might still do that, but we might simplify things significantly, because as I said, we got a little carried away last time, and the run puttered out fairly early, and we have gotten the chance to try out, oh, maybe that was it. We were trying to see if we could get to the Cerberus rival fight, so that's why we had all these. It's just that along the way, we ran into other troubles, namely Scylla and Charybdis, which was the second time we had fought them, though this time round, or last time round, I should say, it proved to be a lot more challenging. So, I mean, we could give it a go this time, but we know that's maybe not as easy as it seemed the first time round. We could go with the gold purse. I think that is fine. As for the aspect we choose to take, we've generally used aspect of Malinois. I do really like that. We do have the aspect of Selene, which I don't remember ever having used. Maybe there's a Chaos Trial that we've already done with it. If not, presumably there will be one soon that we've yet to get to. But I feel like maybe we wait for that before we break that out, since, again, we're kind of thinking this is going to be a challenging one, so we might want to stick with the familiar and effective with the aspect of Malinois, and then maybe eventually we can get a little more flux so that we can get this aspect of Nyx, which has been quite tricky to acquire. So I think we're good in that case. Just double check. So yeah, I know it wants us to fight Polyphemus, but we're going to pass on that for now because we're trying to get to the new Cerberus fight, which we've yet to see. So I think that was the main reason why we went to the underworld last time around, in addition to trying to check off a whole bunch of other things, prophecy related and whatnot, and that led to some challenges that we were in some cases unable to overcome. It's not often we see Selene at the very beginning like this.
The of the unseen compels you to exceed your limitations, but do not give in to the temptation to spread greater fear than you are able to withstand. The vow of rivals is about not merely strength, but perseverance.
I feel like she told us this last time as well, although maybe it is fitting, given how we did go down to one of our rivals last time. Okay, so let's see. There's no indicator of the duo boon. However, we have gotten some mixed signals. It seems like it may still be possible to get a duo boon later on, as long as we get the matching god or goddess that goes along with it. Like, this one is Apollo, right? I don't know if we've ever taken Moonwater, so I have no idea who would combine with it. And then the one that turns us impervious, I don't think we've ever seen the duo boon of that. We also rarely take this. I mean, this is one of, if not my favorites, so not a coincidence that we tend to take it, and so maybe we will still choose to take it here. Although it is one of the ones that gets significantly better over time. It's a little bit weak at the beginning, just because it does require that you stand still like a lemon and potentially get hit a few times. Okay, and so I'm a little concerned right off the bat here about the lack of short-term benefits from what we have setup-wise here. Know that we have this Hex, so I'm trying to save it for this Banshee-like enemy, because she's a pain. There we go. Do see that as well. Oh, right. This is the... It just kind of blended right in there. That was strange. Okay, so... Not that we really have a choice. I guess we're taking Hera. I think it is Apollo, if I remember correctly, that we would like to ideally target. So think it is more or less guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken, or at least we've started to get some signals that it may be guaranteed we get this type of hex that we can... Oh, that was bad. That we can then... Oh, no, please face the other direction when you do this. Here. We can then get the dual boom, which can give us an amazing burst of damage, which we have had a lot of success with in the past.
Remember, girl, this world is ours by right. The fates themselves decided it. Now Kronos seeks to overthrow our reign. He already had his opportunity to rule. There is no going back to how things were.
So that's the thing, is we're getting close to 10 Underworld wins. In fact, this might even be number 10 if we succeed here. If not, I think it would be number 9, which I suspect would be a key threshold for some plot-related thing to happen, and the most obvious thing that I can think of would be releasing the Fates. It's been a little while since we've heard any updates on that front, so I feel like we would get a little bit of some foreshadowing there. Maybe that's what we're getting right here. Let's see. Specials. Cast. Whenever we run out of magic I mean, I do like this specific mana recovery, magic recovery boon, but I'm not loving these, to be honest with you. Maybe the cast, in part just because it's the highest rarity option we have here. Oh, man. Again, just not a lot going on here at the moment. I'm not a big fan of, and I really thought I was far enough away that that wasn't going to be able to hit us from that range. I really don't like these enemies. Really do not like these enemies. Okay, I'm immediately getting frustrated. The great side.
There it is.
Get some health back. We will get the chance to heal a little bit in between rooms, but we have unfortunately used all of Golly's blocks already on pretty meh stuff. That's a bit of a shame, of course. I mean, it's ideally something that gets saved for the final boss, but maybe that's wishful thinking in many cases. This would give us a tiny bit of health. This would not give us anything in terms of short-term rewards, but it definitely would be more beneficial in terms of meta rewards once the run is over. Oh, man. I mean, I guess the upgrade would be so small to our health. I don't like the fact that you just spawn directly behind us. Whoa, you also spawn directly on top of us. Please stop that. Oh, never mind. Take that, Nectar! Huh. See, here's the thing. We're like halfway through this floor at this point, and we have almost no damage-dealing boons. We have a cast that is mostly a support-esque type of boon. Doesn't do a big burst of damage, more just facilitates other sources of damage. Arachne's not going to give us damage. She might give us something defensive, otherwise something that's more utility-oriented. Or we go into a mini-boss fight and get Zeus, which has obviously more damage-dealing upside, but also means we could take a whole lot of damage here, which I'm not particularly thrilled about, because we are not strong at the moment. I feel like we kind of need to roll the dice here, though. I'm legitimately getting concerned. Oh, we've never seen this guy before, I don't think. And he has friends? Okay. I do not know what to make of this. Ow. Oh, we still had a block remaining? I did not know that. Also, the friends explode, in case that wasn't clear. And they continuously respawn, which is pretty annoying. Not gonna lie, I assume it's probably a decent chunk of damage that they do. I would love if I had the opportunity to channel that cast a little bit, or rather the hex a little bit more to punish this guy, but that is easier said than done when he attacks a lot and those explodey guys have a chance to hit us. Also not a huge fan of how you were about to die and then you ran away before I could do just a tiny bit more damage to you. There we go. Okay, grand scheme of things, I don't think we took much damage. Which, given how we've never seen that encounter before, that's good. And I wonder if that's new from this update, or if, for whatever reason, we just never happened to come across this guy, even if he has been there for a long time. Hold on, let's learn more.
The shadow of a skulking killer now is gone, presumably after it drifted from the crumbling Aethera streets in search here of a target too important to pass up.
Oh, right. It only just occurred to me. That enemy variety is usually not in the underworld. They're usually on the surface. Okay.
That cutthroat came for me.
That's particularly strange, then. Oh, no. Save those nectars. Just take the boot.
I must admit, Noe, your commitment to this task of yours is greater than I had surmised. My offspring can be easily discouraged.
Sorry,
I'm
Heracles.
pleased to see my older brother's offspring isn't thus.
Alright, so... yes, we can get some damage. I think we're definitely passing on that. It's a question of special or attack. Or special. I mean, these are the things that I like most on this weapon. This aspect gives us speed, which isn't great with Zeus, because it's kind of a do one big burst of damage type of setup, which is, I would think, usually better with bigger, slower, harder hitting weapons. Unless, wait, Blitz, after they take 120 damage or after 4 seconds. So we could expedite it. We could still benefit from getting extra attacks in, and therefore triggering the Blitz more quickly. So, okay, maybe that's still not the end of the world. Let's go special.
Good.
Okay. Not going to turn my nose up at Hermes, although technically speaking, that is once again someone who likely does not give us direct damage. It's probably good enough, though, that
The magic circle.
can't really complain, so I won't. May very well be the best room that we've had thus far. That being said, also one of the most dangerous rooms we've seen thus far. Please don't do that. We do now have the option, yeah, poke and run,
Rest again for now.
and wait for the Blitz to activate if we'd like. Otherwise, obviously, if we're more aggressive, we can have that proc more quickly.
Catch you right on your way out. Travel can be a very rewarding experience, but sometimes you just want to get to where you need to be.
He is the god of travel, for what it's worth. Okay. Channel your charge casts and your casts expire faster. There are some casts that do something when they expire. This is not one of them. So I don't really think we want that. This is really good, especially early on, because it will, over the course of the run, mean you take a lot less damage. This is also really good early on. So I would like both of these things. Obviously, this is more defensive, whereas this could turn into any of a number of things, depending on what kind of luck you have at the shop. There is a mini shop in this room, I remember seeing. Not that that's going to be the main way we benefit from this. Well, actually, it can be over the course of the run, if you just buy everything from every mini shop as well. I think I'm still going to go with this, though.
Off I go.
In large part because of where we stand in terms of our damage. That being, we have almost none. So, feels like defense is more necessary. Restore life after 4 rooms. Charge moves deal plus 50% damage. Specials... Let's take this. Let's take the special damage. And then... this is not the penultimate room. And this... we're not strong enough to do that. we're gonna pass on that. We could potentially play it super safe and take an eternity to try to get that, but I will spare you. This we want. We definitely want Apollo, because we still are suspecting that that may open up the duo hex possibility for us, and that could be really helpful. So we're definitely taking this. Oh, right. We didn't take the extra gold earning potential, so we can't get crazy aggressive here. Might just leave it at this. Are we going for the all slow big burst of damage type of stuffs? Because that's also what Hephaestus does. Except in his case, there is no real way to expedite how quickly it procs, besides increasing the level with palms, I think. But it's not like hitting them multiple times is going to make it proc more quickly. This is also defensive if we want to go in an entirely different direction. I mean, that is epic rarity, so it is a big burst of damage. I think we'll still take it.
My silver's coming.
If we do see someone offering a boon, a new attack boon at a higher rarity, meaning heroic rarity, we might opt to take that. Okay, and then we're definitely doing this. I think we're going to skip both of those because we will still get one more shot before this floor is done. The special bonus damage is very nice. I am grateful for having chosen to pick that up. Nope, don't do that. There's still more. This displeases me. Does the extra special damage that we picked up from the mini shop, hold on. It definitely affects the initial hit. What I'm not sure of is whether it also affects the burst of damage when the blitz activates. Because if so, then it's very nice. If not, then that kind of misses the mark a bit. I didn't even think of at the time.
I didn't think matters could get much more precarious for us. But if the fates are truly gone, then their prophecies about the future may not come to pass. They foretold our family's eternal rule over the world. What if they were wrong?
Okay, now this is the second boon-giving god or goddess who has mentioned the fates, so feels like, at this point, we are departing from coincidence land and into foreshadowing. Okay, this is more or less exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, we're taking it.
How could I possibly refuse?
Exactly. My thoughts, exactly. Okay, little bit of life, little bit of magic. We've mostly just been using the automatic charge up of our hex to activate it, and haven't really been doing much in the way of charged up abilities, so I'm not sure that, at least in the short term, we need much when it comes to the extra magic.
Go for it, Golly.
Oh, someone's here. Nemesis.
Well done.
Deserved.
Yep,
What a coincidence.
I could tell. The music was different. There was a sound effect.
Don't need Olympus handing everything to you.
No, we'll just pick up the flowers by ourselves. Excuse me? No? This is like the only boon that we have right now? we committed so hard to this boon. We get a ton of gold. We get 300. Honestly, even if we weren't relying heavily on this boon, getting 300 for any epic, or rather heroic rarity boon, I would probably still scoff at it. No! Why? I wanted that room. I mean, yes, getting the extra gold means we can once again get aggressive at shops, but I really wanted that hammer. Oh, that's terrifying. And then I activated all of them. Please stop that. I have no interest in your nonsense. This is one of those hit and run situations. It is still 130. Okay, that kind of stinks. Fortunately, short room. I mean, that is more tempting in terms of the reward, to be honest with you. I forget what the other one was. I think it was life. but especially if we can now get the duo hex, then loading up on Selene boons would be very helpful. The delayed heal, after we use magic, restore a bunch, gain a bunch of psyche. No thanks. Okay, this will be the penultimate room. So, I don't know if we can afford to do that. As much as I would love if we could pull it off, I think we're still keeping it safe here. Oh!
Coin for Charon.
Apparently, a whole bunch of stuffs. Including that, and... oh, you were the other one. Okay, hold on. This requires some focus.
Join me.
What's on its head? Oh, it all... that's indicating the tablet that we're using to pacify you. Okay. I was like, is that some kind of mask this shade is wearing? Okay, so we're definitely taking this. Oh, and by this I mean talking to Charon. Definitely wasn't intending to purchase this when I said that. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Both those things are nice. This, in a vacuum, probably better. This, when you consider that we already have a very nice attack boon, is also tempting, but we'll still take this. Wait, oh, that's a supporting cast boon, right? Oh, that actually works really well with Hera's cast, because for her, you want a lot of enemies to be affected by it, so for it to have, at least once it expires, or right up until it expires, growing up to 60% extra size, that's pretty nice. Okay, so this... oh, wait. Did I deactivate all of the... I deactivated all of the rival fights, didn't I? Pretty sure. So, I don't think I remember to reactivate them. So this might be a normal Underworld run, in which case, maybe we are not as concerned about being underpowered at this point, although I do think we started to pick up some important things. Point being that we may not discover anything new other than potentially some plot-related, overarching story stuff, if we do, in fact, complete this run.
Shall we?
Is this normal, Hecate?
Sister Selene aided you in getting here to me. But have you learned to harness her power?
I mean, to a certain extent, although we would like to have a little bit more of that.
On that account, I would prefer to demonstrate than speak. With your permission, of course, Headmistress.
Permission granted. Now, show me what the moon can do once in your grasp.
And obviously, this is another thing that we've been doing for forever, and for whatever well, it must mean that the reason why Hecate is talking about this is because this is a very low priority topic of conversation, so it got put way back in the queue. I think this is normal, Hecate. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Unless she always does this now, after the latest and greatest updates. Maybe I did remember to reactivate that stuff. I don't know. One way or another, as you can tell, clearly I do not recall. I got stuck. I would like to actually be able to attack you rather than constantly just getting stuck and having to run away. Is that the real you? That is the real you. That's not. That's the...
I have more hexes up my sleeve.
Do you now? So do I. Make no mistake, we've done basically no damage. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the real Hecate. What a fool I was.
The moon.
Indeed. Yeah, we were talking about the moon before. Okay, I once again got stuck. I meant to dash. Or, yeah, dash rather than just a basic sprint. And this is kind of what I was getting at, where I just don't feel like I have anything to work with here. Unless I just get super aggressive and face tanker with our basic attack, which is our strongest ability right now. We just don't have a lot to set it up. No, why? Also, our cast seems to have lost its damage. Oh, hello.
Come, sisters of the dead.
Yeah, I was a little confused because you didn't seem to spawn those guys in. You just went straight into doing this. Okay, that was not great. Also, as we previously established, it is possible... Ow, God. It is possible for her to immediately start blasting straight at you. Okay. This is, not good. What? We've taken more damage than we ought to have taken at this stage. Just everything that we would like to use at some point doesn't yet really work. At least not effectively. There we go. A little more time to actually get value from that. Oh, for some reason I thought that was the real one. Even though I don't know if the real one ever uses that skill. Sure what the best opportunity is to try to sneak this in. Which one's the real one? The one that's chasing me is generally the answer. It's just, I can't attack you and then still get out of the way in time. Even if I try getting clever with things like dash attacks, that's probably the answer. Oh, okay. Oh, yep. Transform me this time into a sheep. Excuse me. Please transform me back. Okay, that did feel a little cheap. See that? Another one. I think that somehow hit me, but I'm not really sure how. I think that was the last of them. Oh, no. Is one of those the real one? Closest one isn't. Nope. It was the one on the other side. Indeed. At least do that to get... Oh, right, no, wait, what is the one that has Festus on it? It's the... Oh, wait, no, we swapped a Festus, right. We don't have a Festus anymore. I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, we can occasionally poke her with whatever has a Festus. And that'll give us a burst of damage. That'd be kind of nice right about now. Yeah, the closest thing we have to that is Zeus special. I could not see you for a second here. Tool logging. It would have potentially been a nice window to hit you. And at this point, in case it's not obvious, I'm just trying to avoid having to use Death Defiance on the first boss of the game. And that's not the way to do it. Nor is that. Oh, that's really frustrating. Come on. Just a little poke. There we go. Okay. That was, as I said, we started to get a little bit of stuff that could amount to something a little later on.
In you go.
Fortunately, that means we weren't completely empty-handed on that run, but it was still pretty painful, and we can heal off a lot of that damage, though not all of it. Let's restore here. Let's swap here. Oh? That's new. Let's take the Moonbeam. We have reason to believe that a more heavily upgraded Hex could go a long way for us. Honestly, wouldn't be a bad time to do this. And, or this, beginning of the next floor. That is good timing.
Come on out.
Okay. Maybe we can get away passing on that.
The self-made queen of the gods bestowing you her boon? Is there not some mortal wedding she ought to officiate?
Well, that's all he has to say. It's just smack talk Hera. Alright.
Golly, get it.
This while we're at
Appreciate
it.
the help.
Okay, and so that means we do still have 2 more rooms with bonus special damage. In hindsight, as I was saying, turns out that's not as effective as I would have liked it to have been with our specific special boon. But then Chaos boon, it does make things more dangerous in the short term. But if there is a time to... If there is a time to do it, it's generally at the beginning of the floor so that it evolves before you get to the boss fight. However, this is possibly the single most important thing for us to pick up. So I really hope we find Selene later on, because there's only a finite number of times you can run into her, and if we could max out our Hex, that would be incredible. We at least don't take the damage from going in here. So there is that.
It's warm.
We do also
The Earth's bounty.
get that, which I think we need 1 more of in order to unlock the Nyx black coat aspect that we were talking about at the beginning.
I recognize the artifacts you bear. Their proper weapons of infernal origin drink deep the blood of titans and grow strong, as these fate-forged servants of the underworld that thrive on pure nightmare itself.
Easter egg for Hades 1. Okay. No. Absolutely not. The upside is really nice, but there's no way we can handle the downside right now. Limited to common blessings, afterward, higher rarity boons. I mean, early on, that has time to pay dividends for us, so it's not bad. Reward previews hidden. Afterward, whenever we exit a location, we get automatic healing. It's 11, which, in combination with the 5 we get from our Arcana, 16 total. It's not enough for you to get a huge amount of healing from one room, but at that point it's enough where if you go without taking damage for a few rooms, you can start to heal off a bit. Might still go for this. I think I will.
Primordial strength.
Ugh. And you give us a horrible room afterward. After passing up on Selene, I'm not thrilled to see this. Remember these guys... Ooh, not mean to throw that in that direction. These guys do explode. I don't remember if they explode differently with the technically stronger versions. Obviously, they weren't the only enemies in this encounter, though. Kind of just waiting for us to get the key boon or boons to unlock this run. Because as I said, we do have some pieces now. We do have some pieces. This attack boon is quite nice. I mean, 100% is a high damage multiplier. Just, this weapon has a low range. It is improved by this boon, so that does help from that standpoint as well. But just finding ways to more safely get into attack range would be really nice. The special and cast, I guess, can sort of do that to a certain extent. I have generally been underwhelmed by Narcissus's rewards. However, that has led me to skip him on a few occasions, so I feel like maybe it is worth taking him here. even if... No, I think we have to do this, because this is going to make the Chaos Boon potentially evolve more quickly. Or we'll get a hammer upgrade.
Good evening, boatman.
Yeah, all these things are meaningful, and we can afford all of them. It does mean we're going to have to use almost all of our monies, and this is not going to be the final shop of the floor. Oh. Okay, this is unfortunate. Just looking ahead to the next room, getting a little ahead of myself here, but the Chaos Boon that we took limits our boons to rare, or rather to a common rarity. Usually the benefit of having a mini-boss is that it has higher rarity as a reward for that boon, and that can't happen this time. So it's all downside, no upside for those. I think we do take this first to maximize the chance of probably this getting upgraded would be the nicest thing. And that is what we get. So it's an extra 20% damage. That is nice. Let's see what we get here,
Fair trade.
because that could affect how we want to approach other stuffs. Our dash strike hits +3 times. Fully charged attack has +100 power. Attack steal +30% damage and reach further ahead. I'm just not a dash strike guy. I'm sure you guys have noticed this, because I barely ever do it. This is very useful, though. The damage is probably not quite as big, certainly not as that would be, but the utility is really nice, because as I was saying, the AoE is oftentimes the biggest issue with this, but now suddenly, between that hammer upgrade and this giving us range, suddenly it's much easier to make that work.
Hear me on my
So we're taking this in large part so that we can evolve the Chaos Boon more quickly. That's the main reason why I didn't go into the other room. After we take damage, automatically damage and daze all foes. Remind me what daze is? 20% chance to deal no damage. Oh, right, this is the... Why did I think this was Hephaestus? It's clearly Apollo. Did this have an Apollo symbol on it before? Am I crazy for thinking that was showing Hephaestus originally? Huh? Okay, because our attacks inflicting daze would actually be kind of useful, since our attack is going to do a lot of stuff here in all likelihood. Sprinting faster, going into what is about to be a boss fight also wouldn't be that bad either. Dazing all foes, and I mean, daze in general is really nice defensively. I think I'm still going to take this, though. And then... I think we're... Oh. I think we're going Apollo, because we've more Apollo synergy potential. Especially with the weapon aspect, especially since we've already started to upgrade this. The downside is, again, this can't be higher rarity, and we don't know what boss we're going into, but of course that is always the case. This is probably the worst one. I do think this guy is probably the hardest. Have that happen. I am of the opinion this is the most difficult of the mini-bosses on this floor. Okay. We have the range. Do we have the accuracy? The answer is probably, or possibly no, and definitely no. There we go. Might have been able to channel that a little farther. Fair. This, and try to actually aim it properly for once. But he's armorless, and that's where it gets easy. Okay. Grand scheme of things, not too bad. We knew this was also going to be common rarity. Your charge cast expire. I think we go with the dash. Don't remember what it gets when we go with the duo, or rather when we get the higher rarity. But even at normal rarity, it's probably that speed. I said duo because I saw it. This is technically not a duo. It's a trial of the gods. It would mean that this evolves in that room. Whereas this one, well, it would evolve for the first one, and then we'd get the benefits on the second one. Hermes is really good, though, as well. We had to turn down a good Hermes boon earlier, but I think we still take this. riskier, but I think it still has more upside. So here, we're going to pass on that. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Are we allowed to compel you at the beginning? We are.
Be not afraid.
There we go. Okay, so the one we take first is guaranteed common rarity. The one after that is likely to be pretty high rarity. Both of these we have one boon from, right? So it's kind of hard to judge which one we want to prioritize. I feel like it might be Hera, because as I was saying before, I don't know that Zeus is that ideal for our weapon setup right now. Damage from charge moves immediately activates all blitz effects and makes them stronger. I mean, that does sound like that would be kind of nice. The revenge one, maybe we take the revenge boon since that's probably not a super high priority. Oh, but her being displeased is horrible, I remember now.
Bring me thus, my dear. You'll find I have an excellent memory.
Her way she deals damage is really powerful / annoying. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's this one. I hate this one. I think she's the worst to make mad. Oh, there go our resistances. Let's go. I can't hit you because you insist on dodging me. That was probably not the right move. Not in... Okay, and I dashed in such a way that it was impossible for me to avoid that. Technically my mistake, but frustrating nonetheless. Okay, that's... I thought I threaded the needle there and then I didn't, which was also very frustrating. You immediately do it again. I thought by waiting to do the hex right after you did it, that I would have a window, but I didn't. Okay, so yeah, she's really annoying. It is what I thought it was, and I think she's the worst of the various gods and goddesses to make mad. The upside, though...
Here's a blessing that you could have had without a fight.
I wish. The upside is, yes, we get some very high rarity stuff here. This isn't bad, but we just aren't really using a bunch of magic yet. Ooh, we do have a fair number of Olympians here. We have a lot of air boons. Wow, I don't remember what the air infusion is or who gives it, but I feel like it might be Aphrodite, who we do not have right now. Cast damage any foes as they join the encounter wherever they appear. I do remember picking that up and thinking that that sounded great. Ooh, that would work particularly well with Hera's cast. So you know what? Let's try it. It is another air boon. So yes, if we could get the air infusion, that'd be incredible. We are absolutely passing on that. We did take some damage, so we have some stuff to heal off. Usually I would go Apollo here, because Apollo is the god that we are most interested in at this point in time. However, given how aggressively we spent our gold in the previous shop, and given how we know we're going to see a shop coming at the end of the floor, it's tempting to do... you know, honestly, we could take Apollo, and then on the penultimate room, deliberately not take the shop, instead take the free boon or heart or whatever it is, which we never do deliberately, but this might be a rare exception, depending on exactly how much gold we have. Because if we walk into a shop and can't afford anything, then of course that's no good. These guys are annoying when they are this plentiful. Though I am grateful that we no longer have the Hera stuff going on. They're being mad at us. So as soon as we loaded into the room, I was... Oh.
I'm so...
Are you serious? Okay, I think we have... That wasn't the block from you. I think that was the 2 resistances from Hermes. This. Okay, so I think we didn't waste any stuff that had long-term value.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, this charge attack and charge special fire plus 2 times, but use more magic. We've never taken this before. I don't think we've seen this before. We've not really been making a point of using the charged attack, but obviously this would give us reason to do that.
Adequate.
So we'll go for it. I did see the mini shop, which did make me feel like maybe going the extra coinage route would have been helpful. Oh, that means it lasts a very long time. Which, if you were to combine with this, except we can't afford it, then that would mean we have restoring 10% health for a long time. How are we doing health-wise right now? Not at max. We'll get some... We're going into the next room. We don't have that much health in total right now, which, given how we're getting close to the Skillifite, I am concerned about. Also, we took the Moonbeam, and we have yet to run into Selene, in part because we had to skip the first Selene room. So I would really love if we could get a Selene sighting before we face Skilla, so that we can benefit from this keepsake, because that could make a really big difference. That is probably the single biggest difference maker we could have in the short term, besides just healing up a little bit more. Honestly, 10% healing, though, when we don't have that much health, is not worth that much. I think I'm going to pass. Maybe a little bit greedy. These are obviously not the last enemies. Yep, I was going to say, those guys probably aren't going to be either. And ooh, that was close. Oh, that did count as a resist. I was going to say that. I did not really intend to be right next to that guy. Okay. I think those were all just the resistances from the Hermes. Okay, so this is unfortunate, because this is, I think, now the penultimate room. Yeah, it is. So this is either a shop with 130 gold, which is not enough for a boon. It is enough for Selene. It is enough for a heart. It is enough for healing. Not that that matters at this stage. It would be enough for magic, but obviously we could take a free magic upgrade here. Just that that's probably not very useful for us. It does make it easier for us to spam the charged attack and charged special, which we're gonna need a trick or two up our sleeve for this upcoming boss fight, because it is what took us out last time. Does that mean this is actually the best move? I mean, we could walk in here and not be able to afford anything, so I think we have to do this. I just was planning on doing this until I saw that it was going to give us a magic upgrade, which was not exactly what I had in mind. I was expecting something a little juicier than that. Okay, well, we are also not quite going to be on full life going into this fight. So, okay, there are a lot of things that could go wrong, and I do believe we've established we remembered to use all of the rival fight stuffs. So this will be Skilla plus Charybdis, which is a lot harder than it was before. I think the main issue we had last time was we just didn't have a lot of damage. We didn't have a damaging hex, I think, or the hex was unconventional. I forget exactly what it was. So it was unreliable, at least, until we upgraded it further, and we didn't have time to do that. That much is familiar. We do have damage with it. It just requires that we, again, stand still and likely take a whole bunch of damage. It could still be useful if we can clear things out a bit, though, so maybe that's a little bit helpful, and I think now the charged attack and... we should double check. It's charged attack and it's charged special. Okay. I think it's going to be attack is the main thing we're looking for, because with this, and with the hammer upgrade as well, I think that's just going to be a lot more useful. Okay. Here goes nothing.
This is gonna be our night. Can't you just feel it, gals? Don't know about you all, but I am feeling even more unstoppable than normal. Oh, and just in time.
I mean, she is right.
Oh, you're still stoppable. Although the will of night has made you stronger, yes. Shall we find out to what extent?
Yeah.
Stoppable? Us? Oh, you don't get it, lady. We've never missed a single show, and we are not about to start. Oh, of course, with live performances, there's no telling what might happen.
Yep.
We're still in this thing. Yes,
Oh, right. Oh, this is the other thing we learned. The drummer is a huge priority, especially in the second phase. Second phase drummer is a really big deal. Well, that was a resistance that I wasted. Okay, I got stunned, and that forced me to get hit, which stinks. Wow, that was a horrible place to get caught. But we did get a crazy amount of damage, so that was good. Oh, that's actually not what I meant to do. That was the wrong button. Meant to poke these guys with specials. I feel like that's a good thing to do, given how it does lend itself well to hit and run, which is kind of what you need to do against those guys. Oh, remember, we don't have any magic restoration. We passed on those things, which means we did kind of blow through a very limited resource early on, and I just walked straight into that, and I knew it was coming, and should have known better. That was greedy. Oh no, I thought that I was out of range. That was out of range for us. I was looking for this guy. I do have ranged attacks as well, of course, as does Charybdis himself. Yeah, I think that's... to the extent that we can spam special on these guys, that is the way to go. Another one down. Please don't do that. Or that. Or really any of these things. Oh, God! That one's down. Of course, we know, though, the second phase is a nightmare. I'm kind of saving the Hex specifically for that, I guess. Oh, wow. Oh, that must have been the special doing damage after the fact. Can we attack Charybdis directly? I'll be honest with you, I've never really made a point of doing that. I don't think we can. That's kind of just blocking. There's some shotgun effects with the not Cerberus. Wrong enemy. The Charybdis attacks. I think one of the other keys with Skilla herself is to kind of thread the needle on that move. We have to get her to half health, I assume? Don't want to use the Hex. Getting close, and then once she does phase, top priority, immediately go after the drummer. That's the plan. And it's gonna happen. Even if you're the featured artist, I think we still do it, because otherwise we get pinned in this corner, and it becomes, like, impossible to... She does this. She alternates between doing that and doing this, and it just becomes absolutely a nightmare. Just dodging, and then we're trying to finish you off. Please go down, drummer. Okay, that's huge. I wish you didn't crash into me there. Okay, so now we're just gonna try take out as many enemies as we can, as quickly as we can. To just simplify every time, man. It's just the AoE is bigger than I think it is. It's really annoying. Should be going special more. Oh, you're gonna do your thing. Your attack. Ooh. No! Why isn't that hitting you? Ideally, I would also make a point of focusing on a specific one of these guys. I can't time that. Okay, there's another one down. I think that missed. One of these. Okay, you're down. Again, got trapped in the corner. Can't dodge it. There's just no room to maneuver in this fight because there's so many projectiles and everything has more area of effect. You dodge one thing, you end up next to another thing. I really don't like it. I don't like the unupgraded version of this Hex, as we've discussed many times before. And the special changes which enemy it's going for. The game dodges in the opposite direction I tell it to dodge in. Come on. Come on. See that? Just please go after the enemy that I'm actually telling you to target, rather than changing your course mid-flight and then running out of range such that you don't actually hit anything, defeating the entire purpose of using that ability. That's the sound of us getting rid of that one. This one should be close as well. Okay, nice. So Charybdis is down altogether. That's really helpful. That's where all the annoying projectiles were coming from. Those can still happen. Okay, that's good to know. Obviously, there's still you. I don't know. Let's see, we still have... I'm just planning out how we want to deal with Skilla. Okay, you can just stand there, I guess. So we may want to do this. I hate that you just turned when I was trying to get you. Because this was the problem we ran into as well in the past. She spins in circles. So you have to time this. You're going in the wrong direction. That's not going to work. I just can't... Like, you see what's happening? There's an enemy everywhere. Skilla won't stand still long enough for me to actually hit her. There we go. I wasn't sure. I wanted to do that. I wasn't sure if it was going to work with her back turned to us. I just could not get her to actually face me without having to face tank all the enemies there. We used one Death Defiance. Honestly, we came very close having to use two. That's, in the grand scheme of things, not too bad. Okay. I also just can't click on anything. I'm getting mad at myself now. Just doing stupid things like missing that lore, which I had meant to click on, but instead I went down. I know I'm getting very frustrated. But, well, it's true. It's authentic, I suppose. I'm not holding back. Okay, let's take this. It does obviously pose a risk to us, but the benefits could be great, especially at the beginning of the floor. Especially given how we... hopefully, at this stage, we'll be able to see the new Cerberus fight, which was the main reason why we were going down here with these various fear upgrades, if you want to call them that, active. This might not be bad either, although at that point we'd be using up basically all of our monies. So, the other thing is that we never got to use the Moonbeam, and I honestly don't know if switching now before we've seen Selene means we just have a +5 upgrade waiting in the bank, or if that means we're gonna just lose this altogether, this extra 5 levels, and that this keepsake was functionally worthless for us. I think we're gonna have to take that risk. And as for what we take here, I mean, I'm tempted to go with something defensive, but we don't really want to break out the Luckier Tooth yet, if we don't have to. Oh, man. Can heal with this? We could... Next Guardian loses health. We take less damage from Guardians. Honestly, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. If we had this more upgraded, it would probably be better still. By the time we get to the boss fight, it might be upgraded one more time. So that might be our best bet. Otherwise, we do this, or... try that. Unless we have a specific god or goddess, but I'm not really sure that we do. So... I guess we're gonna go with this. We're gonna try this.
That one.
Not usually one we take, but we're gonna try it. Especially given how we expect that this Cerberus fight is gonna be really tricky. We might want this. Well, we're definitely taking that. And if we do, you know what? We're doing this too.
Should come in handy.
If we do run into a shop,
Closer now.
we're not gonna be able to do much in that shop, but we are accepting that fact. Probably would have benefited quite a bit from getting the extra coin earning potential, although the thing that we took instead of that was the one that gave us extra damage mitigation, which has certainly been helpful as well. Okay, so we're gonna have to pass on this. I think that's okay. In order to go into the Chaos Room. No damage taken here. We actually heal up by going into the Chaos Room. That does not happen very often.
An origin seed.
Okay, we get that. We take this. We're probably going to have to play it safe, but we'll see what the options are. These have higher rarity as well. They are also boons, of course. Whenever we use Magic Prime for next 5 encounters, after that, we get 19 healing per room. Next 3 encounters, we sprint slower. Afterward, we get a big attack damage bonus. We sprint slightly less slowly, and we get gold, bonus gold. It's just, this is getting to the point where it's late enough in the run that that's not quite as meaningful. This is really dangerous, having the slower movement speed. But we could reroll. Honestly, we might have to reroll.
Sure, why not?
After we take damage, we are stunned. Each time we attack, we take damage. Each time we cast, we take damage. Afterward, 69% chance to find 100% extra resources from gathering tools. Oh, man. Can we reroll again? No, we can't. I hate these. The upside is probably best for this, but the downside is horrible. The downside for this is potentially also horrible. This one might be the most manageable if we just remember not to use casts, but the upside isn't very helpful at all. I think we're doing this, but that is potentially horribly bad. We're definitely not doing it against a mini-boss. We're doing it here. And this would count as 2 separate encounters, I think, so that also helps from that standpoint. Okay, but we can get stunned repeatedly, leading to
Show me the way.
Our horrible death. Mini Selene is potentially huge. Do you see these guys? Who, although technically are not part of the encounter, so to speak. Excuse me, please aim them at this guy. Thank you. That's also a little bit terrifying. But these guys are just as threatening, because they can also stun lock us. Ooh, and I did not see there were that many of them. Please go away now, so I can pick this up.
The path of stars.
Okay, we do get the bonus from the Selene keepsake last time, and we do have the God Sense ability. Okay, so that is huge, and it does mean that we would very much like to heavily upgrade this Hex. So it does kind of stink that we had to pass on it earlier. Automatically charge up more quickly. Wait, so we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which gives us an extra round of God Sent, which is probably what we're going to want here. Quicker charge up. Armor during the duration. Hex pierces through foes. Huge damage. And we can do it one more time. And I did see you hanging out there. Sneaking up on us. We would still very much like to see a lot more Selene showing up soon. Okay, yeah, you are a little bit devious with how you do your stuff. Okay, there is healing there, but we don't need it right now. We should save that. There's mini health. Let's take that. I think, although the palm could help us more, or rather I should say the hammer could help us a lot more than the palm. If we get Echo, we would love to get double hammer, so we're going to do this first. Okay, there are some big dudes. So we're going to do this. And it wasn't quite as easy to spam that as we would like it to be, which is why, again, more upgrades would be helpful. Because that's the main way that's going to happen. Let's see, there's another dude there. It's not in the direction I meant to dash in either. Please stop that nonsense. Please stop that nonsense. Please stop that nonsense. I'd like you to know that that is nonsense and I'm not here for it. I will not accept this. Okay. Now we take this. Attack would almost certainly be what we would prefer, I think. Otherwise, I never noticed this doing anything. Maybe it's because oftentimes it's happening off screen, but I don't know. Max cast size gets bigger. I think we still do this though, to be honest. Okay, so we did not take damage, so we don't need the healing. We do this.
Got their attention, huh?
Ooh. Don't like the way you snuck up on me. Ooh, nor do I like that. So yeah, if we get hit once, we have the potential to get hit a whole bunch of times, and that's not good. A little tricky to sneak through there. Once that explodes, we should go down, or we can just punch you. Okay, so we don't need the healing, which is good, because that means we take this, and then if we do see Echo in the next room, we can just get the bonus hammer. Don't need to worry about her potentially giving us extra healing instead. Fully charged attack has plus 100 power. Since our fully charged attack also hits twice, that's pretty sweet. I think we need to do that. Even if this would potentially also be nice, it just doesn't synergize quite as much with what we have going on here. You're pointing me towards something? Very, very slowly. Oh, yes. That is the slowest I've ever seen that indicator go. But I did not know this was here, so thank you. And I definitely would not have seen it because I was deliberately avoiding the health. Where are the exits? Excuse me? This is a weirdly shaped room. Is there anything over here? Oh, okay, well, we're saying no to that. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Probably saying no to the mini-boss as well, especially given how we still have 3 more encounters worth of that. And what was... Is this the healing... Oh no, that's our keepsake. I just don't recognize the look of it. Okay, I kind of hate all the rewards here. Maybe the palm could be helpful. The magic does make it easier for us to spam the charged attack, I suppose, so that is useful, and then we have very little money, so getting more would be helpful. I guess it's not exciting, but it may very well still be useful. And we should, once again, proceed with caution. That was a waste. I forgot that this was going to be the super version, and I just wasted it on a single guy there. So that stinks. I was thinking, oh, that'd be a nice way to expedite getting rid of you, but at what cost? Okay, so we take this now. It does give us a little bit of extra magic. We don't want, don't really want any of the bonus rewards to be the last thing that we pick up. Because yeah, if that gets duplicated by Echo, then that's a serious missed opportunity at that point. So that means we're going to take this now as well, which sure might have been more useful going into a boss fight or something like that. Also, where's the bow?
Grow golden once again.
Okay, so it's just the big stuff. What would we be most interested in getting a duplicate of? It's probably the... No, it might be the gold. I think it is the gold, actually. Let's take you first, I guess. Hate you. Hate you with a burning passion. In fact, you are the nightmare enemy for our chaos boon right now. Could not be worse. And it is a miracle that we did not get hit at all, because otherwise we would have taken a crazy amount of damage from that. Because you attack very quickly. So if we get stunned for even a few seconds, you are going to do potentially a lethal amount of damage. If we destroy the tail, does the tail come back? Okay, this is the key. Waiting for you to do your blades. You are now armorless, which is also key. There we go. Okay. Whew, that's huge. That's huge. That was the worst possible enemy we could have encountered in this situation. I don't think it's possible for that to show up another time here. Oh, okay. Hold on. Your armor, now you become much easier to deal with. Okay. Guarding anything? Because it doesn't seem like it. It's just the general area of the palm. You could also be annoying. I love if these specials actually hit. Don't do that, please. Nope. Bad. Bad. Stop that. That still count, except it did get blocked. But still. That's obviously not the situation we wanted to find ourselves in. And the main reason for attacking this enemy was because I didn't want to get stuck in that corner after activating this and take extra damage when, you know, we did kind of just end up taking damage either way. go away now. There we go.
And now my claim.
So attack is probably still, no, even more so, the thing we want to upgrade now. Again, diminishing returns doesn't matter. It's still the best because we have multiple significant supporting stuffs. Okay, now we take this. Oh, it's Billion Punch Dude of the armored variety. Which is also probably the next worst thing for us after that mini-boss that we found ourselves running into unexpectedly. Please go away now. Once we are done with this encounter, we no longer have the threat of that nasty chaos blue. That's the key here. Okay, very nice. Chaos Boon has evolved. I don't even remember what the upside of it was. We use less magic, which technically does make it harder to do hex stuff, but it does make it easier for us to spam magic stuff. So take that for whatever it is. Triple reward that gives us nothing especially exciting. Is that exactly the same as what we have here? Or Echo? Now, I wish we had Echo in this room instead, so we could have doubled the hammer. The timing is not ideal, but I think we still probably do this. Surprised it didn't give us a heads up that there was going to be crafting resource there.
What do they want? It's you, thank the fates.
More mention of fates. Again, coincidence? I'm not so sure.
Thank the fates. Thank the fates.
Okay, copy of the last reward. It is one of the options. It would be gold. It's okay. It's not amazing. It's mostly valuable because we don't have a lot right now, so it could be the difference between us being able to afford something meaningful at the next shop or not. Double the level of a random one of your boons. Whose level is the highest? So we'd get this up to rank 6. That's not bad. We saw it was 15% bonus damage per level last time, right? So I don't know if it's... Eventually it does hit a cap. Yes, it does get diminishing returns, but it doesn't continue approaching 0. So I don't know if it's going to be plus 15 for all those, or if it's going to stop at plus 10% per level. But, not gonna lie, evade is pretty tempting when considering how we're going to soon find ourselves facing a Cerberus rival fight that we've never seen before. So, in a vacuum, I might take that. Maybe even that when you consider the context of our lack of gold. But when you consider Cerberus, I think we take that.
Thank you, my friend.
My friend. Okay. Hera and Palm, or Hermes and Life. We also still don't have much life. I think we go this route.
Best stay out of its way.
Oh, I'm facing the wrong direction. One moment, please. Please remove your armor. I will not use my hex on you this time. I remember that much. Okay, those guys are gone. We have a bow, perhaps? Oh, hello. I just walked straight into you. Didn't even attack you. I just walked straight into you. Honestly, 20 gold is helpful. It may be the difference between us being able to afford 2 things at the next shop and not being able to afford 2 things at the next shop. Mini Selene is very helpful as well. Don't know that that's going to be enough to make a huge difference. We really need all the Selene we can get. And that is that a mini or is that a full-blown? That counts as something that can be resisted. I'm not very happy about that because it doesn't deal damage. So, it feels like that's kind of a waste. Ooh, okay. Stop lock, please. Okay. How many? It's hard to tell sometimes whether that's a big Selene or a little Selene. Yeah, that's a little Selene. So this is not going to change much, but it might help us work toward one of these other guys. Because yeah, if you can get the continuously fire on its own, plus the fan pattern with the Apollo, we've seen this just immediately delete Kronos. Kronos. It's insanely strong. So I don't know at this rate, it feels like that's not going to be possible. So if we have to pick between the two of them, we probably go for this one just to make it safer to use. And it is also very useful for Kronos because you can drop it in front of him when you're in one of those clock phases where you have to run away and you're still dealing damage with the Hex. That also brings us close to gaining damage over time. Whereas that would be damage at the end point. Out of curiosity, in the immediate term, more armor. Whereas that would give us more damage. The rest of the encounter probably would prefer that, but gonna plan a little more around the long term at this stage. Okay, I think now we're just doing whatever we like most first, because we've already seen Echo. We're going to do Hermes in that case. Ah, that was a bad place to get stopped. Also, please target the enemy that is actually in range. Those guys. Oh, no, there's still one. I did not see you. You also made friends, which is not cool. Also, where did you come from? I do not remember there being any of them with armor still remaining. Armor that was left, at least. Is that just our dash attacks? Does it have that much AoE, or was that one of their abilities?
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, what do we get now? Foes' range shots are slower. If I knew what Cerberus was about to throw at us, I'd have a better sense of whether this is worth taking. It could be. Dash more frequently, that could certainly be helpful. Each time you slay a foe, get more damage for a little while. Good for area clear, not so great for boss fights in most situations, although the rival fights may, in some cases, lead to there being more enemies than usual. Who knows? I feel like we just take a safe bet here, rather than gambling on an encounter that we don't know about. So I think we probably, or honestly this could be useful too. In the base Cerberus fight, what, the flamethrower? Would that count as a projectile that would fire slower? Is he gonna have a super flamethrower this time? I mean, now we're speculating, of course, but he doesn't have a lot of projectile attacks. I think we do go with that. Assuming that there are at least some similarities between base Cerberus and super Cerberus. Oh no. Don't like it. At least we got rid of the smoke cloud dude. Okay, we did pick up a little bit of extra monies. Maybe the mini shop is still something we can take advantage of. Otherwise, given our lack of gold, it might have been something we would say no to. When we can get in for attacks, it is very nice. It's just not very often that that feels like a safe option. Second. Oh, don't do that.
Charlie.
Okay, there was a mini shop. Where exactly was it? So, it's right next to the exit? Okay. Oh, and there's a fishing spot as well. Oh, this might be the penultimate room. Okay, hold on. Focus on one thing at a time. This first.
Let's fish. That's a bite.
There we go. It's called Anguish? That's discouraging. Oh, also, I forgot about... Wait, what? Did I... Oh, yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought I saw a little icon for a small coin. Which could be helpful, again, for mini shop or full-blown shop. So yeah, being up at 250, that's exactly the amount for... what? 2 hearts. That's never gonna be something in the shop, but... What, a boon plus a palm would be the most likely combo we'd see that costs exactly that amount, so let's just bear that in mind when we see this. Yeah, no, that's... It does affect the shop in the next room, but I don't think we have enough money in the short term for that to pay off immediately. I think it would have to last us into another shop. So I think we are probably passing on all these things, unless we use this specifically to heal after the Cerberus fight, if we get that far. But that's maybe kind of wishful thinking. So I think we do go here. We take whatever we can afford, basically. And we brace ourselves for a Cerberus fight that we've never seen before. Okay, well that is exactly what we are expecting. Or at least hoping for, since that is exactly what we can afford. I think we'd still take this first, and we're probably still looking for the attack upgrade. We don't get it, though. Higher chance of attacks inflicting daze, which would make it possible for Cerberus to deal no damage. I think that is definitely the move in that case, even if it's still not dramatic. And this duo? Now, deal more damage until you take damage. If you take no damage for 15 seconds, regain this. In a boss encounter that we have never seen before, I don't think that's ever going to be active. Foes with daze take more damage if struck from behind. Hopefully, daze is only being applied by the attack, right? Yeah, okay, so it might at times be a little... Oh no, the dash as well. Okay, so we do have somewhat reasonable daze application, especially if we're getting aggressive. So this could be quite useful then. Otherwise, we get magic restoration, which we do not yet have, which could be a difference maker, given how our charged attack in particular is really nice. This is a little bit of a luxury. This is more of a fundamental thing. Safer, riskier. Our cast is really big, so I feel like this usually is a bit of a pain, having to make sure you're standing in a specific place when the cast expires so you can get the magic back. But if the cast takes up most of the screen, then maybe you don't need to think too much about it. It's just going to happen one way or another. So, I might go for this then. Also debating re-rolling that. We do also have the keepsake, which is helping us a bit here, but obviously we have already used one of our Death Defiances. So here goes nothing. I have no idea what we're about to get ourselves into. I've never seen this fight before. I assume it's quite challenging. Oh, well that's different.
Covered in magma now. The vow of rivals caused all this.
It would seem so. Also, I don't know where I'm supposed to stand in that situation. That is a lot of damage that we get. Oh, we also have the big dodge chance from... can we... No, we can't escape there. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot of you. We have one block left. I mean, honestly, our evades have been huge in this encounter. The fact that we were able to go that long without needing to use a block is pretty huge. Oh. Can we escape? We can escape here. Okay. That is very useful knowledge to have. We also do have our hex back. I don't know what the right opportunity to use it is. It might be this. If I could see where you were. Shoot. What? Okay, he has, that's basically one instance of shields. Oh my gosh, did you see how much damage I think he dealt? Not us. Or was that? That might have been us, actually. With our, ooh, revenge damage boom. Okay, this is not the special one anymore. What's he doing? I don't know what he's doing. Oh, that was bad. That timing, at least. Other ad space, maybe? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how I'm supposed to escape this. Is that in range still? Okay, just to try to get some magic back, although in truth we don't really need it. Where's he going? This. To tell you the truth, it might be better still to do this. That's what I've been waiting for him to do this whole time. Oh, he's quicker with it too. He's charging? Pretty sure. Still get that in. Okay, that's big. Where's he going? Over here. Nope. Nope, stop that. I couldn't escape. Or could I? Nope. Don't hit me. He's low. Did that hit? I don't know if it had enough range. Sneak up behind him, if I can. There we go. We got him. Very cool fight.
Even the hottest flames can be extinguished, though the three-headed guardian of hell could always summon more.
In general, I have found the base Cerberus fight to be easier than a lot of the other fights of similar progression into the game. Like for the third boss, base Cerberus seems easy to me. So the more difficult version, harder for sure. But in general, I think I prefer the fights that are less about dodging projectiles and just a bazillion things happening all at once. And I prefer the ones that depend more on where your positioning is, because there are various area of effect abilities that you are or are not supposed to be in a certain place for. And that's... Cerberus tends to be more about the latter. A lot more about the latter. So there's still a lot more stuff happening, and we definitely benefited a lot from having a whole bunch of the dodge, a whole bunch of the block. So I'm sure we would have taken a ton more damage if not for those things, and may have had to use a Death Defiance if not for them, except because we didn't even take that much damage in the process. So it was relatively smooth sailing. We did get a nice burst of damage, and now of course the keepsake that makes us take less damage from the boss fight, which was another way we were benefiting in that fight, is now stronger just after we finish it. But if not for all those things helping us defensively, then we may very well have used a Death Defiance there, and we did start to get some decent offensive stuff as well.
The fear-invoking greater demons that took hold of Cerberus have scattered into dark recesses, terrified perhaps by the sheer might of our princess.
I don't even really mind the heat.
And this area, again, is perhaps a bit of an Easter egg for Hades 1. And I'm glad they didn't put the lore right next to the exit, so I was actually able to click on it this time. Okay, but that was the last of the fear-related things that we have active on this run, right? I don't think we have anything else. So technically, this is all just normal Tartarus from here on out. We have used one of our Death Defiances, yes. So that is still a downside. Let's just see. I was wondering if the Kiss of Sticks might show up, because that is the one way we could get it back. But it is awfully expensive unless we were to, say, sell something that we are okay with parting with. Not will. Are we willing to part with this? We might actually be. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's take the Luckier Tooth. I think that remains the thing we're most interested in, even if the Knuckle Bones would also benefit us against Kronos. Now it's a little bit stronger. It was, what, minus 5% damage before? Now it's minus 10? That's a nice upgrade. But I think we're taking this. Either way. The question is, so this would not be our main cast boon, mind you. This is the one that's just making our cast bigger. This is our main cast boon. Now, making our cast bigger is useful because it does work well with Lucid Gain, in particular. But I feel like, is it worth at least a Death Defiance to sacrifice this? Probably. Or you get rid of Lucid Gain. These two are kind of going hand in hand. This is worth way more, though, and this is the thing that's going to make it possible for us to afford Kiss of Sticks, so we'll do it. We'll do it. Not often that I find myself wanting to sell stuff there, but that is one of the rare occasions. So there we go. Now we're back up to full Death Defiances. Oh, I'm curious. How much of the dodge chance did we blow through? We still have 20%. Wow. Okay. It exists in a somewhat significant amount. Obviously, it's nowhere near the 50 it once was, but we'll still take that. Okay. And we are more or less completely broke at this point.
They'll know I'm here.
But that's not the first time that's been the case. We've been just barely getting by with the money. Of course, there will be a super shop at the end of this floor if we do manage to get there.
Confound it, but you are difficult beyond looking down.
Charge special, which is not really what I'm doing. It's really more of a charge attack situation. Also, I hesitated, which was not the move. That may have allowed this guy to spawn some rats, which, you know me, you know I'm not a fan. Also, I'm sorry, Golly, but I have to say it. You do look a little bit like a rat. Also, I hate that I got stuck on this, and that meant that I got hit by one of those. I think that might have been one of the free immunities from Hermes, though. Okay, we will definitely go here. Just want to double check. Any gold we can pick up along the way is certainly of interest. It's coming for free. If it means going into an extra room, that may be a different story, but as for now, let's try going here.
Greetings, Father.
Now that we've beaten rival Cerberus, can we maybe possibly talk / pet Cerberus?
Daughter, answer me something. How is it that the Titan's armies are well organized enough to siege Olympus, when the Titan himself cowers here in Tartarus?
That is a good question. I think the answer is primarily Prometheus.
We have another Titan to contend with there.
Yep.
Prometheus is leading the attack. I don't know how exactly he got free, or what he truly wants, other than vengeance on the gods.
Is vengeance on the gods an insufficient desire in itself? I wanted nothing to do with his sentencing, but your Lord Uncle Zeus, well, he would always claim that he could fashion more creative punishments than I.
It was a pretty creative punishment. I did look up, after we first saw Prometheus, I did look up a bit of his history, but I do not remember who it was who came up with the idea to punish him by attaching him to a rock and having an eagle eat out his liver. True story. Or at least, mythologically speaking, true story. But it sounds like that was Zeus who came up with that idea. Pretty messed up. Okay, restore life. Right, restore life for 1% of damage you deal until we have leached 100 life, basically. I think we've taken it once before, but kind of similar to the dodge from Echo, which we did take this time, but in the past have typically said no to. It helps in the near term, but against Kronos, it may have all expired at that point. So we do kind of want to be thinking Kronos first and foremost. Your cast launch a projectile that seeks foes. The binding circle forms where it hits. I mean, it's good. It would make it more difficult to do Lucid Gain, potentially, is the one downside I'm thinking of. Deal more damage based on how many Death Defiances we've used. We just restored a Death Defiance. But, I think it might still be this.
Very well.
Thank you, Father.
Eh?
The savage watchdog looks tentatively at the princess of the underworld.
No! I'm crushed.
4 more chambers.
Okay. Just a normal room here. These guys, when there are a lot of them, can be very dangerous, because that does enter the whole crazy amount of projectiles territory. Why did that not? Yeah, because dodging all that is tricky. Don't want to be standing there when that happens. Okay, remember, our attack has some crazy area of effect bonuses. Even if it looks like we're only hitting one enemy, oftentimes we can actually hit multiple. Oh, that was supposed to be fun. Oh, that's because I already had a cast out. That's why that cast. Hit and run. Also eyeing this. Careful now. How do you sneak in there, you know? That should do it. There we go. Okay. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. And no options here. We're just going in. Gold. Okay, a bunch of these guys. Not really sure what particular strategy we want to employ against them. Thinking maybe the extra AoE might mean that hitting one makes it more likely that we'll hit another. Break through the blocking more quickly that way. Oh, I hate you with Burning Passion. Get out of here. Get out of here, Ratman. But yes, the chaining attacks were extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. Now, there's no way we have enough for this. Right. And we did also learn that you actually do need to fight enemies to get that. It's not just a matter of having sufficient fear. Okay, we are absolutely going into a normal room for Selene rewards. No question.
Let's begin.
This room is very dangerous. This is another type of enemy that can do pretty crazy damage to you, especially when there are a whole bunch of them. Like this. Don't want to get caught on that though. This might not even be the last of the enemies. It's not. Love to get rid of that too, but I, in doing so, ended up getting hit in the process, which is not great. Please go away now. Really? Really? I just want you to go away, man.
Lost it buzzing.
No, bad. Okay. We took, yeah, a tiny bit of damage, but we should be able to heal that off, and then we get this full-blown Selene upgrade, which with 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huge. Huge. Because that gives us, yeah, the ability to place it and then run. Which if we're quick, means even when Kronos does the whole, oh, I'm about to one-shot you if you don't run over to whatever clock face number you're supposed to be on, we can drop that, go, have it dealing damage while we are just chilling. And deal damage for, bonus damage for the rest of the encounter, a few of those, which against Kronos is quite nice. More power over time, also useful. This is going to make it cost more magic before we can use it, but I think that's definitely still worth it, especially in a boss fight. Mini-boss Hera. Or straight into progression. We still have yet to do... Well, the fact that this doesn't have one of the sort of pieces of paper there, I have theorized means that this is actually a mini-boss that we have already faced before. And I think that was a Super Ratman, and it actually wasn't that bad. If that theory proves correct, then this might be doable. If not, then obvious, and this is some new and or significantly more powerful enemy, then we could be toast. But here goes nothing. Is it Super Ratman? It is Super Ratman. Oh, Super Ratman spins. Oh, and I also don't have the Hex immediately available to me. I should have known this. Okay, please stop this nonsense. Please stop this nonsense. And we no longer need to be standing there, which is really useful. We do still have armor, just barely. Okay, now you don't. Kind of love to drop a Hex and call it a day. Oh right, I forgot we have the binding circle change now on that. Okay, if you could actually hit the enemy that, you know, the main enemy, that'd be lovely. Oh, but the extra AoE is huge. Oh, that freezes both of us. I did not know that was a thing. That's okay, we're dancing. We're just dancing. Don't mind us.
Good riddance.
Okay, we might have had to use a block of some variety there, but we didn't take any damage. So in the grand scheme of things, I think definitely a net win, and it was the enemy that we were expecting. Hitch effects, deal more damage, and last 5 more seconds. What are we getting that from? That's just the cast? I mean, it does make it a lot stronger. Your charge moves create a fissure that deals damage in a long line, but uses more magic. Whenever Hitch-afflicted foes are slain, damage all other Hitch-afflicted foes. I don't think that's very useful against bosses. I mean, in general, Hitch is kind of more of an area of effect, and therefore area clear ability, not so much a single target type of thing. So you could make the case this is actually best for Kronos, unless we reroll here. We have a mini shop that we... Oh, wait. Can we see how much money we have right now? I'd like to see how much money we have. Oh, yes. 436. We should be able to purchase a couple things from the super shop, although, of course, it may be that all the things we want are super expensive and we can't afford them. So, what I'm saying is, do we save the reroll for that? Or do we try to reroll here? I just don't know the upside of Hera is all that big, to be honest with you. So maybe we do just take this, keep it simple. We understand that that's not going to be much of a difference maker for this Kronos fight. This could be, though. Okay, yeah, that wasn't blocked. That's unfortunate. I got very aggressive. Or no, that might have been them blocking. Because yeah, I remember that we had done that in the past, and it seemed to be very effective. So I was thinking we might employ a similar tactic here. Noise.
For me.
Okay, now what do we get the Super Palm to activate? Big time blitz damage on the special. Bigger sprint speed bonus. 11%. That's actually kind of tempting when you think about how we would very much like to be able to reliably, in the second phase of the Kronos fight, drop the Hex, sprint over to the clock face, as I was describing before. And that does, of course, very much rely on having enough speed to pull that off. Otherwise, it could be a stressful and potentially extremely punishing maneuver. So, could this be useful? This would definitely be the next choice. I think we might actually take this, though. And obviously, being faster in general means, well, we were actually already pretty quick with the Hex. Or rather, not the Hex, the Aspect, I think. That might have been unnecessary, although being fast may, in other situations, also help us avoid taking damage. Maybe not as extreme a situation as what I was just describing, but still hard to say no to potentially what could be a big not damage, defensive boost. And again, this is a minefield, which is not what I like to see. Ooh, especially when, by trying to avoid those attacks, I found myself... Yes, I did start to see what was coming, but by then it was already too late. Not necessarily sure that was the best way to do that. I also, once again, got stuck. Or at least trapped, is maybe a better way to phrase it. So little that you can do when there are that many things attacking you. Okay, so I did not like that room. We may have had to use some non-refundable blocks on that occasion, but this room was not optional. Oh, okay. Yep, and nor is this one. But at this point, we also, by going into some extra rooms, have had a little more time to build up some more gold. Got some marble as well, a little bonus there. Ooh, I don't like you. I'm saying that a lot on this floor, I'm finding, which is, I think, yeah, there you go, 0 blocks left. Would have loved to have, of course, had some going into the Kronos fight. That could have been really useful. Although, in truth, pretty surprising and pretty nice if they did last this long. Oh, you have Hinge, so that was affecting you as well, which is nice. Good range. Then we get out of here. Then we do this. Oh, that wasn't going to be the last enemy. I didn't realize that. I totally thought that it was. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, not gonna lie. The cast that does not land right in front of us has been really throwing me off. In part because I forgot that that was a thing for a room or two. But then even on this floor, or this room, when I did remember that, it's still just making it a little tricky. Put it where I actually wanted it, and no, we are definitely not doing that. Okay, and we have no choice now but to go into the super shop with 714 gold. That should be enough to at least get 1 or 2 nice things here.
There it is.
Okay, so yeah, I can't afford that. Our life is still pretty low for what it's worth. So I am actually a little bit tempted to do this, but let's see. So this is, what, 600? That'd be, okay, so yeah, we can't afford all these guys. We have to compromise somewhere. That's what, 607? Yeah, so we could still afford this duo. Or this combination, I should say. Duo is a term of art that has a particular meaning in Hades 2. If we do those, we still can't afford this. I mean, obviously we could pass on that as well. I was just thinking that could be a bit of a makeup for not getting you. Wait, actually. Oh. Yeah, come to think of it, This isn't that much worse than the double health, except if you consider that this will also affect how much we get back from all of our Death Defiances, so it's a little deceptive. Because, yeah, this does work, doesn't it? 500, 600, 680, yeah. We can afford that. I feel like we're definitely taking this. I know it's the most expensive, but I think it has the most upside. Well, we have a lot of Hera and Zeus. Hera-Zeus duo? Question mark? We have so much extra rarity as well that even a 150 rarity, or 150 gold boon has a decent chance to be good. Let's start with this, and then I'm going to take the other one as well. And the other one, I think, has a decent chance of being a duo boon at that point. Lightning bolts may strike 2 times. That'd be mostly affecting the special. Is it the revenge boon as well is also from Zeus? Is that right? Wherever that may or may not be. Somewhere. Yeah. That also occasionally might happen. Damage from charge moves will immediately activate blitz effects and make them stronger. Is that more meaningful now that we do have charged attack that we are regularly going to be using, or at least want to regularly be using? Or your chain lightning stuff can bounce additional times, but it primes a bunch of extra magic. I don't think that's what we want for the boss fight. Just, if we were doing Blitz with the ability that we were charging, this would make a ton of sense. The awkward part about it, not a deal breaker, but we're using special to apply Blitz and then attack as our Omega skill for the most part. So, feel like we might just keep this one simple here. I mean, we could reroll, but let's save that for Hera since that is the higher rarity one and has more potential. So this does mean we're passing on you, I guess, which is a little bit unfortunate. We do have all of those. This would be active. Oh. Wait, oh, this is effective immediately. Okay. I think we do have some common rarity boons. That would increase the rarity of our sprint boon, our revenge boon. That might be it. No, surely we have more, right? Because we had that chaos boon that made us only be able to pick up normal boons. And then after that, we had a bunch of extra rarity. So then we didn't have much in the way of common rarity. Unless we somehow replaced one of them. Oh, this. No, that can't get rarity, I don't think. This would get extra rarity, which would be kind of nice, because that is getting applied from our main ability. Ooh, although this is also nice. Make one random boon become heroic and give it +2 levels. I mean, if we could pick that. This is already heroic. Surely it can't land on that and completely brick, right? I don't know. That's actually kind of interesting as well. And I know we were sort of saving the reroll, but I do like the options here. How many boon-giving gods and goddesses do we have? Does it say? It tells us how many boons we have total, but it's Apollo, Zeus, 2, 3. Hermes, wherever you are, is 4. I think it's just 4. Don't think Chaos counts. Does that count from Hades? Yeah, Olympians. So definitely not Chaos. I don't know if Hades counts. I feel like he probably doesn't, because he's kind of in the Echo and Narcissus and Arachne category. Even if he technically is, of course, an Olympian. I think we do this. This is the most reliable. This is a bit of a risk. Could be huge, but we just don't know. Okay, I'm curious how much this got improved. Was it 26 before? Now it's 31. It's a little faster. I think this should be better as well. Was that 15, I think? And now it's 20, which, given how often we're using our attacks, could be very nice. And then... I think that was already that rarity. Oh, the Revenge Boon's going to do a little bit more. This... Well, no, we already had that at that rarity. Okay. Not incredible, but as I said, we were kind of taking that understanding that it was going to be a decent but not amazing upgrade for a few different things. Okay, I think we're heading out. We got all of our Death Defiances back, so that is nice. We still don't have a lot of life. Of course, we could have, if we approached that a little bit differently, we could have gotten that. But we got a little bit of armor to make up for it to a certain extent. We do have a decent, although not perfect, Hex, which we're hoping to be able to use to great effect against Kronos here. And then we have that charged attack, which is really big, if we can get that in safely. Of course, it does take time to do that, and that is not necessarily something we're going to be able to guarantee against an enemy as powerful as Kronos. So here goes nothing.
Quick dip.
We have a visitor. Angry now as ever. Do you wish to know exactly how I reawakened to Typhon, my girl? Or how I managed it without you gods detecting what I had in store?
Does it have something to do with the fates?
Please indulge me, grandfather, for I do so enjoy your tales.
Curious how he reacts to that.
You would never believe it if you knew. For you are narrow-minded, you and all the gods. I have outsmarted you, and I shall overpower you as well.
Then again, Prometheus would also probably be very helpful for that type of thing as well. Okay. On. We waste a resistance on that. That kind of stinks. Excuse me. I'd like to get rid of your friends. This would also be a good window to do something like that. I'm not sure if I technically charge that up all the way or not. Saw the impending attack. Oh, that's this. Yep. 2, 3. Not sure how I want to approach the Hex situation, given how we only have 2 super powerful ones. Ooh, that was close. More of these than I realized. There. They are gone. He is not at half health yet, so he is... This is a horrible place to get stuck. That is a horrible location for him to be doing that ability. Usually that is the best phase to attack him in. But I think the best approach in that situation would have been to just completely ignore him. Just focus on not taking damage. Really? That hits us? That's... Oh, and there's all of our evade chance? Okay. That's unfortunate as well. It served us very well, make no mistake. But would love to have seen it last a little bit longer in this fight. I know I still have yet to use any of the hexes, but I'm kind of trying to save all of them, ideally. Okay, now he gets trickier. He has reached half health, which means he can do double or even triple attacks. There. One, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I almost dodged back into that. That is 1,000 damage is a lot. Oh, but I hate the Ratman. Go away, Ratman. You're not invited, Ratman. Ratman with shields, even worse. And then I knocked him into the shield, naturally. Ooh, okay. 1, 2. I don't know if it's third. So here are the rats. 1. Lost track of them. That's dangerous. 2, 3. Maybe? Ratman is dead. The rats are not entirely dead. What's he doing? 1, 2, 3. You know, a little unconventional with how we chose to dodge it, but I guess it works. Is that 2 or is that 3? 1, 2. This is another situation where, because he is right on the edge, not a good time to try to punish him there. So trying to learn from our past experience. 1. Just 1. He's close. I'm kind of trying to play this safely. 1, 2, 3. That should get him once. Procs, I think. No, it didn't. That probably will. Or not. There we go. Just needed a tiny little poke. Okay, now the big moment. I think we can do it here.
Music to my ears.
Yep, that's what I was saving it for. And then the next one as well, ideally. I always mess this one up. I don't really know how that works, I'm gonna be honest with you. I still don't really know how that one works. I can't really move. Okay, that's fine. You're actually not supposed to move in that situation. I also don't know how this one is. Oh. Okay. Remember, clock hands, really bad. Could have theoretically saved that, but opted to just benefit immediately from it. Ooh, okay. Have your vengeance. You insist. Now I'm just going to start using this aggressively no matter what, because we I had no choice. Fortunately, it froze us on that spot. That was very unfortunate. Block hands are coming. Ooh. Ooh, I did not realize I was in that. This. Nope, not there. Block hand is also coming again. We are close to. Oh! Using a Death Defiance here. Oh, I should have done that. Maybe should have done that. Oh, okay. Yep, I was a little distracted by all the other things that were going on. I will readily admit to that. 2, 3. Hit you with that? Or, ooh, that was close. I meant to do that. Okay, I see this. I do this. You do hit me. I dodge out of that. I'm not supposed to dodge out of that. Except you're dead, so it doesn't matter. We did use the Death Defiance at the last second, but that's okay.
Once more, I am near God.
Mission accomplished. And we did so. Taking out all of the rivals leading up to this fight. Now, of course, there may also be a rival Kronos fight. We don't know yet. But we weren't sure if we had remembered to do that or not. We did, and we succeeded. So that's nice. Mission accomplished. It did require It did require that we set things up a little more conventionally than we did last time round when we took one of our least favorite weapon aspects. It took a little while for the run to kick off, but eventually we got the pieces we were looking for. Still some things that weren't quite up to the standard we would have liked them to have been, but that's okay.
So much for the ravages of time.
It was still good enough. Now, no sign of anything major happening plot-wise here, unless that's only going to happen once we return. I guess we're going to find out.
From shadow sprang the peerless witch Millenoi, and back to shadow she returns for now. We shall resume her tale at another time.
Ouch! Return to shadow now?
Okay. So there we go. We've defeated Kronos once again. And as I said, at this point, it's either 9 or possibly even 10 successful runs going down into the underworld, which is either at
that time.
or extremely close to the threshold that I expect to be an important turning point for the story. Now, maybe it just can't happen until we get to the full release, but there is the whole freeing the fates thing, which does already exist in Prophecy, so I assume that that can happen already.
Got him again. But we're not finished yet, are we?
And then there was also that mention in the patch notes that I have yet to reread, but I was fairly certain had said pretty bluntly that people were going to lose all of their Zodiac sand, or whatever it's called, the reward you get from defeating Kronos. So yes, we picked one of those up. As for whether that actually means anything long-term, that is a little unclear still.
You need anything from me, I'll be right here. Or one of the other places you go.
Oh. That seemed like an extremely generic thing for Dora to say. And we were were we going back and forth between trying to progress our relationship with Dora and then Odysseus being the other person? Because we do have a little bit of palms here. We want to use, I think we have 2. Maybe we give one to Dora and one to Odysseus.
Hey, back it up.
Nope, sorry. Yeah, we do have 2. Let's do it.
Oh, you don't need to get this kind of stuff from me. I can just take whatever stuff of yours I want when you're out.
At least she's honest.
Well, you can't take this while I'm out. I keep it on me at all times for just such an occasion.
There we go. Alright, now, when we tried to progress our relationship with Odysseus, yeah, it turned out to be a bit of a moving target. So, it may take a little more than we initially realized with Dora.
Vengeance.
Okay.
Thank you for waiting.
Oh, okay, we kind of talked over Moros there, but
Lord
that's okay.
Moros, I understand you can't reveal the weavings of the Fates, but could you just tell me what the 3 of them are like?
So we are definitely getting way more conversation about the Fates from basically any and everyone, which I think is going to be the thing that happens whenever we get the X number of Kronos defeats that we need. Given how that doesn't seem to have happened just now, I'm feeling like we need one more
My
for that to
sisters,
happen.
well, each is her own goddess, I suppose. Clotho, the spinstress, is the talkative one, the decisive one. Lachesis is a little more agreeable. She apportions the thread. And Atropos, she sticks to the cutting.
Okay.
It must be a little imposing, knowing your sisters determine the course of every life. Even your own?
Even my own.
Alright. Nothing that appears to be popping up over there. Oh. Some trash popping up over here.
Looks like Eris is back. You've seen firsthand the suffering out there, from all the endless warring between Kronos and the gods, but you're entirely unmoved.
Who says I'm unmoved? On the contrary, it makes me all emotional. I'm trying to live in the moment and everything, but I just know I'm going to look back on this and think, these were the best of times.
But they were also the worst of times?
For you, not for anybody else.
Yeah.
Yes, and?
She's like, there's a lot of strife right now. That's kind of my thing. So I'm all about it. Okay, not seeing anything new over here. What do we have here?
I've had these in my head for long enough.
Oh? Not sure what she's referring to. We have 9 Zodiac Sand. I thought we had spent 1 on something before, which was my basis for saying how I thought that we had now 10 successful downward runs. But, I don't know. I am not keeping an active tally. Then, what do we need the shadow for? I don't remember. I think we'll pass on all those things. Oh, huh? What is this?
Numerous are the responsibilities of Hecate, Witch of the Crossroads, unseen watcher between realms, and keeper of the key to pathways hidden even to immortal eyes.
Okay.
And our headmistress.
What, you're saying she's kind of busy, so she wasn't able to stick around this time.
What's going on?
Alright, that is still shipping. And then here, I think we picked up 1, maybe 2 fish. Yeah, just 1. So, not a lot that we can purchase. Nightmare would usually be our purchase of choice, since that does make it easier for us to upgrade our weapons, and it's kind of hard to accumulate that, especially in any sort of bulk. No Nemesis either? Wow.
Success.
Success indeed. Actually, before we talk about that, I think we will gift to you, because you were the other person we were trying to progress our relationship with.
To here, goddess. If you continue to exploit my weakness to this stuff, I may yet learn to turn it to a strength. Good plan.
What can I say? I learned from the best. May you grow stronger and stronger.
Alright, I'm curious. Eventually, we may find ourselves progressing our relationship in a meaningful way with Odysseus.
Got something here for you, goddess.
Oh?
For whenever our little garden over there could use a little extra greenery. Or if you're ever left unsure about what to plant next.
Huh?
Thank you, Odysseus. But what are these? I try to keep whatever seeds I find well organized.
That's a lie, but go on.
Mystery seeds. A little surprise.
Oh, I was curious. That was going to be just a straightforward seed. Oh, that's a very rare thing for us to get there. That's the one that we retrieved, the seed that we retrieved from the summit. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to give us just a straightforward seed, or if it was going to be something more meta that affected all future seeds that we planted.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Those, and then the Nightshade, that is the most common, the least rare of those things. Oh, Nemesis is over here next to her brother, Hypnos. This could be interesting. It's been a long time since we last had anything happen about Hypnos.
Look at him all peaceful. Not a care in the world. Could you imagine?
Yeah, we did kind of go into his sleep/nightmare, his dreams, before. So yeah, we kind of can.
He's beautiful. He has this wisdom about him, even asleep. Nyx must have taught you all so much.
Not really. Hypno served in the House of Hades under Mother's care. Ran into him now and then, though. He ever wakes up? Hope I can be there when you finally meet.
Thank you, Nem.
Okay. Don't know if that is some sort of prerequisite toward making him wake up. Maybe that's progress.
Stay strong, my friends.
And hiding over here? Nope. Okay. In that case, unless Skelly has something to say to us, which he does.
My
Slayer of
brother
Titan
must have been
indeed.
immensely strong, if he could sometimes even take my father when they sparred. Is there some favorite technique of his that you could pass along?
Ooh.
No, there is not. My disciples must each follow their own path. Keep following yours, and mayhaps you too shall become powerful enough to beat your papa up.
Commander, my father is bound in chains in Tartarus.
Yeah.
Then it ought to be easy.
Excuse me. See, one thing if you're talking about our grandpa, but then again, that doesn't sound much better, but then that is who we're fighting against.
Hey, I remember you.
Is one of the shades we freed. Okay. But I think that means that we are all set for now. So the big thing was that obviously we finished another run and that we may be getting close to some important threshold for the number of times we defeated Kronos. But we also did see our first ever rival fight for Cerberus. And it was cool. I liked it. Now, granted, as we saw for the first time we fought the new rival Scylla, we may have just so happened to have lucked into a build that worked well for it, so we weren't punished as much by some of his more difficult mechanics. And if we go back when we don't have those sorts of things, it might be a little more frustrating to fight against him, but who knows? We only have a sample size of 1, and based on that sample size, it seemed pretty cool. And next time, as for whether we try to go back down and maybe get some important number of kills for Kronos and progress the plot in some meaningful way, or head back up to try to get more kills against Typhon, or try the rival Prometheus fight. I'll be honest with you, I'm not as keen on that because that does require going through the Polyphemus rival fight, which I'm really not a fan of, but we can figure that out next time round. So this is the right time for us to wrap things up. Thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.